Okay, so right, this is take two. So obviously this is still the original MySling plus high back. And this would be just a general change for the new MySling Lite material that you made up in the high back form. Obviously, as per the first video, which would be video number one, I'm going to call this is video number two. All I would like to try and change is the aperture shape, because obviously this square aperture seems to create a problem because you can't get it underneath the patient's distal tuberosities. So for samples one, two, through samples two, and I would like to call that on the actual samples. Sample two will be to increase the curvature of the all the MySling Plus in the small, medium, and large, starting from, well, that's your first part of your padding. It would actually need to be from the second part, if you mean, or you want to call, there's your first pad. Obviously, that's the first line, so let's just call the second seam. And that's been increased to the midline by about, well, exactly 4 centimeters. So the curvature obviously would need to go around from that, and obviously likewise for that as well. Same on the large and same on the small, thus creating a curved aperture. So that would give us a better idea about the whether or not it gives a better lift and whether patients will fall through it. The first sample is just narrower to see if it improves the stretch of the material, because again I do think the stretch of the material affects this type of aperture, hence that's why these are the only two samples of iodine to Sri Lanka that I asked to be made up. That version obviously keeping the natural widths of this, and the other one where we're bringing it down but actually still creating that natural curve, because I think this is one of the issues that people don't are comfortable with. Same padding, same V comfort, and again on the new sample add a second loop in here halfway between the others, but not changing the length of the loop. V comfort with nothing sewn on the inside again. And basically then what I would like to happen again is the headrest approached. Now I think you use thicker material in this one, Suresh. I don't know whether the material is doing it. Now you know you sent me a video, but even in your video that you sent ages ago, you'll see the client's head coming back a wee bit, and that's where I think either another pleat or a bigger pleat there, or a second pleat, just to shape the head so that it comes forward. Because if I hold that up here, you'll see that it doesn't fall back, whereas I do that on the light, that actually starts to fall back.